welcome back. It's now time to check back in with Tom over at Smouse Brothers.
Tom, what else do we need to know?
You know, what else you need to know is there are certain things, especially during this time of year, that you need to watch out for. Now, I told you we're going to talk about pests that get in your house. Want to make something clear, you're not a pest control place.
We are not.
No. So just remember that. I mean, I'm sure they can steer you in that direction. But the one thing that pests do is cause damage.
Yeah, so you definitely see with termites, you know, as they start to swarm, people realize they have them,
Yeah.
but they don't realize how destructive they are.
I was going to ask, once you see the termites swarming, you may have a whole lot of damage at that point.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, they say $5 to $10 billion a year of termite damage. The problem too is a lot of times you can't see it. They like to eat out the insides of the wood, and so the outer shell looks great until you poke it and prod it, and then it just crumbles apart.
And I understand also with some of the things that you're called on to inspect, sometimes that's a, oh, you have termites kind of thing.
Yeah, we find them all the time, just doing our normal inspections where you kind of go, did you guys know you've got some termite trails, or we found active termites, and sometimes there's no damage, but we can at least point out to have it treated before they cause damage. Okay,
now when you talk about swarming, of course, oh, that's visible. I'd know what to watch out for, a bunch of termites. What about beforehand? Can people kind of keep an eye on things to maybe, at least give them the clue that, ooh, I need something done about this?
So there's always the mud tunnels that termites leave.
Yeah.
And then it's just kind of the normal stuff with your house. If you start seeing cracks or drops in the floor, I mean, some of that can be related to if termites have started eating kind of the understructure.
Now, of course, that's also where you step in.
Yeah.
You find, oh, there's termite damage. What do you do at that point?
So you're going to figure out what's damaged, where it's damaged, and then we're going to look at temporarily supporting the house in those sections, and we're going to cut all that damage out.
Right.
And then replace it with new.
Okay, and that's something important. When you've had swarm, things like that, it's not time to think Band-Aids.
Yeah, so termites, we always tell people, termites aren't just going to get up and leave.
No.
If they've found your house, that's their buffet. There's no reason for them to leave. And so, yeah, the treatment's obviously important to stop them, and then, to inspect afterwards just to make sure what damage was done, that it's not going to, cause damage to the actual house.
Yeah. Now, of course, we've been talking about termites. There are other things that can do damage to your house as well, other types of pests.
Yeah, so just like termites, ants, all that stuff is attracted to moisture, so sometimes they can be a telltale sign that you've got moisture problems. And moisture problems, maybe it's not pests, but they're going to lead to fungus and mold and mildew.
If you suspect, or you just, want to get ahead of the game, you all do inspections, yes? What does that involve?
So you can either call our office, you can go on our website. We'll set up a time, kind of tell us what your concerns are, what you're kind of seeing, and then we'll kind of draw up the house, we'll figure out the problem, we'll figure out how to fix it.
All right, now, when you talk about supporting or lifting or anything like that, okay, that can run into $1 or $2. Of course, it's protecting, again, one of your... You do any financing?
So we do. So we've partnered with a company. They offer some short-term no-interest financing. We also have some long-term low-interest financing. So some of these problems, even a flooded basement that you didn't know you had, it's at least a way that you can get it repaired, and you're not scrambling to try to find the funds.
Yeah, good idea to keep ahead of things. Do you offer any kind of regular inspections that people can sign up for?
So we do. We do some annual inspections. Depending on if we've worked on the home or if you just want to set up an annual inspection.
Right.
We find a lot of stuff that's not related to us as well, as far as leaky pipes or, HVAC problems that it's, if no one ever goes under there, you have no idea that it's happening.
That's true, but you'll still steer people in the right direction.
Yep, and say, hey, this is what we found, let's get a plumber out here, let's do this.
How do people get in touch? Tell them where you're located.
So our office is out in Nixa, right off of CC. You can also call our office at 417-988-8201, or you can go to our website at smousebros.com.
Pretty simple.
Yep.
Thanks for having us over.
Yeah.
Protect your investment. Smouse Brothers. Back to you guys.
All right, Tom, thank you so much. Kimmy, you know, this kind of stuff can be really challenging for a lot of people, but they make it so easy, so don't miss out on the opportunity
They
to get your stuff
really
fixed the right way.
do.
Yes.
Yes.